Hey, this is Pat here for the Jack and Pat podcast, and this is going to be my review of The Magnificent Seven.
Man carries a gun, he tends to use it.
Dan, you dead? Pity. I had just ordered a drink from that man.
Took a job looking for some men to join me.
Is it difficult?
Impossible.
Now, The Magnificent Seven, this is a remake of a remake. Originally, Akira Kurosawa's Seven Samurai, then was remade into the old Magnificent Seven, and now Antoine Fuqua has taken this and taken the old Magnificent Seven and remade that. And it stars Chris Pratt, Denzel Washington, Ethan Hawke, Vincent D'Onofrio, and it's the story of seven gunmen in the Old West gradually come together to help a poor village against savage thieves. It starts out with Peter Sarsgaard's character taking over. He's taking over a small town in the Old West, and boy does Peter Sarsgaard know how to play a slimy piece of shit. He does that very well. His role in Green Lantern was left much to be desired with a big forehead Peter Sarsgaard, but purging that out of my memory, he's very good at playing a sleaze, grimy, he's a thief. And this woman, she goes and tries to recruit Denzel Washington's character, Sam Chisholm, to get an army to protect the town. She says that she gives him all they have. So all the money they have, they offer to him, and then they both go and recruit the seven, starting with Chris Pratt's character Josh Faraday, and then they each go and they recruit characters. They separate. They go all together. And I had just one problem. I didn't feel like that took too long. I mean, I think it was the right amount of time. It just felt a little like some of the characters just jumped on a little too easily sometimes. But that's just a small thing. I really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was really fun. Maybe it's trying to dress up as a prestige pick or whatever, but it's definitely a good summer flick that just happens to be in the fall. I think this movie could have really helped the abysmal summer season we had. It's not like this summer was bad. I mean, it was. It wasn't horrible. It wasn't bad movies. It was just movies underperforming, not living up to expectations mostly. So this, in particular, lived up to the expectations I had, which were kind of not great, but they were like a good movie, a good fun movie. It did nothing to go beyond my expectations, but it did not fall short of them. So it was right where my expectations were, and I really enjoyed this movie. All the performances were really good, especially Vincent D'Onofrio was really fun in this movie. The relationship between Ethan Hawke and Denzel Washington, they have something there that was really good. I really appreciated the fight scenes in this movie. There's two standouts when they first go into the town, and then the seven, and then when Peter Sarsgaard's character Bogue comes in with his army, and it's like the big battle. Those are both really fun. The final set piece lasted. It was pretty long, but there were some very clappy moments where you would feel good, funny moments too with some of the characters you get to know during the movie. And Denzel Washington's character Chisholm, you learn that he's not just helping these people out of the goodness of his own heart. Maybe he has some prior experience, but he has some beef with Bogue on his own, not just what Bogue is doing to this town. And I really enjoyed this movie. Nothing truly special, not anywhere near Oscar type movie, but it's just a fun summer movie that happens to be not in the fall. And I say fun because I want to repeat that it's really fun. After some of these dour movies we had, and movies that just weren't fun, bland kind of, it's really nice to get a nice shoot 'em up western. It shows you maybe we're not all done with the westerns. I would like to see some more westerns now. The way they've kind of been gone. Back in the old days when the first Magnificent Seven came out, they were pumping out like 50 westerns a year. That was the big thing back then. But it'd be nice to see a resurgence. This movie is no Unforgiven, it's not up to the caliber like Good, Bad, and the Ugly and Once Upon a Time in America. In the West, sorry. But it's a really fun, good movie, and I'm gonna change the rating system now. Here now, put in your history books. This is where the Jack and Pat podcast changed the rating system. I'm gonna go rating out of 100 now. I think, yeah, 100 sounds good, like a grade. So I'm gonna give this movie an 82. Now, in school that would be a B minus. So I liked it. I really did like it. An 82 is nothing to sneer at. Antoine Fuqua did a really good job with this movie. A little lighter than some of his other movies, but he always kind of packs in the fun with his movies. So Antoine Fuqua's Magnificent Seven, I'm giving an 82, B minus. And this is the Jack and Pat podcast. You can follow us on Twitter at Jack Pat Podcast. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/the Jack and Pat Podcast. And for all your movie reviews, mostly I'm going to do it a lot. Maybe Jack will do some. We'll both do them some together. So for all your movie reviews, keep listening to the Jack and Pat podcast. Yeah.